Right guys, here we are today at the base of Albion Hill in Oswestry, and we're just going to do a quick walk around, and we're just going to move up Albion Hill and up the High Street, and of course we're just going to see exactly what's ticking in Oswestry, one of the ChurchCom locations. We've been privileged today as we walk up here, been privileged to have some conversation with some fellow Christians. Here we just have a sweep and a pan of the market square, the markets, the council houses and the library, local pub, and then we just walk down the high street and do the you know, you can see the general bits and bobs that the high street would have. I won't name out the shops, but obviously they're very typical. And what we notice about this high street as we're walking down, they've got like the buntings out, so that's a nice celebration. It's a really rough day, so footfall's very, very low, and there's quite a few, as you can see, large vacant retail outlets. So again, beautiful architecture, as you can see there. There's vegan shops, there's vegetarian shops, there's cafes. People are starting to come in and do all the normal sort of high street stuff. I'll just pan around there. Queen Anne's hairdressing, so that goes into a courtyard there at the back there, and you can see the high street. And again, on the left there, we're coming up to another abandoned building, so you can see there on the left another vacant shop there, vacant, and the possibilities to move into Oswestry and do some retail premises are phenomenal. And we're obviously doing it for a prayer video and to encourage people to come spend their coffers in Oswestry. If we just pan that round there to New Street, you can see that the architecture's very mixed. We've got some lovely old brick buildings, scaffolding where, you know, repairs are being done. And we just walk down now, walking down onto the high street where the road is, and that's a one-way system. There on the right there, you can see some signposts and signage taking you to all the places of interest in Oswestry. As a pan to the left, there's a lovely building there, which looks like maybe an old church, which is to let. You might be able to see the sign next to Sports Direct Poundland. And then if we pan round, the older buildings on Cross Street with the architecture is fantastic. Bailey Street there, and now we're going to walk up the high street towards some of the churches, and we'll mention the churches more so as we come here. Just walking up this high street, there's a lovely little centre feature with a cross and an inscription, so we're going to detail into that. So there is a lovely centerpiece with a cross. I guess it may have been like a speaker's platform, certainly be used as that, with a fountain and with the words inscribed, if you can read it: "The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life." And of course, as you're watching this video, you can put into the comments exactly where that's found in the Bible. I'll reference it later and pop it up. If we pan round, can't see the name, but Edinburgh Woolen Mill there's gone, and you've got shop places vacant, lots of banks and lots of sort of boutique type shops, I would say. I think this is closed off for social distancing in the road, but we just want to have a time and an opportunity to pray for all the local businesses. There on the right there, another shop closed down, but we want to pray for the local businesses, pray for the local people. We want to pray for the young, for the old, every single citizen of Oswestry. We want them to be prosperous. We want them to just come under God's salvation and to come under God's blessing. And we just pray that this area will draw many, many people, many businesses, and have the opportunity to pull in lots and lots of affluence and finances to keep this economy ticking during the COVID times. So as we're strolling down, you can see a number of different bits of architecture. I want to cross the road I'm going to move towards the parish church, and from the crossing the road we can also go into another recess, another market square, and I'll detail that for you as well. So as I pan round, there's a statue there. I'll walk over towards the statue actually. So this is another old market square, and here we've got the architecture as I pan it round, and this statue here, and this statue is of a man and a sheep, and it says there, the borderland farmer Ivor Roberts Jones, who was born in Oswestry, commissioned in Oswestry to do that. And of course it depicts some of the things that go on in the border around here. Then following round, we've got all the necessary high streets, and churches are dotted all around. Here we've got on our right, we've got a parkland, and we've got their memorial to the fallen of World War One. So it's like a memorial park, and there's in there's statues linked to World War One. So men with military and artillery and such. And then we carry on down the high street here, and we're moving up on towards the right, the Oswestry Parish Church. And the Oswestry Parish Church is where, you know, some of the oldest history of Oswestry is based. So I'm going to walk across the road to do that. Obviously I'm having to be very, very careful. Lovely old building there, Oswestry School, Bellon House. So that's obviously got some history there. And we're going to move into the grounds of the church and then link it to some others. Across the road on the left, if I just pan, is the old coach house and the Winstay Hotel. So again, some history there, and we're going to move into the grounds of the church. So we're walking round the church grounds, and this is the parish church of Oswestry, and we'll do a quick walk around it and link you up to some of the other churches. So whilst we're doing this, just to remind you, we want you to pray for the area of Oswestry, the nurseries, the schools, the colleges, the churches, the uniformed services, all the businesses that occur in Oswestry, all the people that over lockdown may be suffering with mental health, emotional health, spiritual decline, of course. All these things we want to just to get you praying for. So this video, as ad hoc as it is really, is just to stimulate a prayer point for Oswestry, which is one of the 10 locations of ChurchCom, where we're working alongside the churches, with the churches and individuals, and trying to build the kingdom of God by drawing more men, women and children to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. So this is the parish church of St Oswald, King and Martyr Oswestry, with the food bank and everything that goes on there. I'll just see if I can get through the door. I don't think we'll be able to see anything through there, but through the door there, no, you just got reflections of me. You don't want that. So there it is, Oswestry. And there you've got all the old buildings, which I think, if I remember correctly, form the basis of the parish centre and the parish hall for this church. Now we're going to do a quick walk down towards where the car is parked and just mention a few other churches and a few other little places of interest that you might want to come. We've had the hospitality of stepping into Oswestry Christian bookshop, and they're a go-to for brand new books, and they're a go-to for second-hand books, second-hand Christian literature, and very, very friendly group of people. You can see again, beautiful architecture, wonderful people that allowed us to use their premises, their toilet, their facilities and offered us a coffee and a fellowship. So here we're going down now. Again, beautiful architecture down this road, and again other buildings are for sale and to let. As we move down here, I'm not an architectural expert, but you've got some lovely houses, a real mix, I think Georgian, Victorian, etc. And the history of Oswestry will pop into the link with a few websites. So here we are, we're walking down now towards Oswestry Christian Bookshop, and I can see a car's just pulled up outside it, so we'll see what's going on there. And of course, all these places, guys, the churches in Oswestry, you can Google, you can find out their names, their contact details, and obviously hold them as a specific prayer point. In a second, I'm going to pan around to my right, and you will see the Oswestry Christian Bookshop. And this is somewhere where, if you're located anywhere within the United Kingdom and you have the opportunity, there it is, pop down. Been going for 40 years and it needs your support. Any Christians, pop down to Oswestry Christian Bookshop and show them your support. On the left here, lovely van denoting some Welsh spirit there. And here we've got another church, Cornerstone Baptist Church. We're not promoting any denomination or any individual church, but these are some of the churches on the walk around that we can see. So if you're in Oswestry as a holiday, as a trip out, just visit these churches and make your presence known in Oswestry. We're just now walking down to another church building. I'll cross over the road on the right, you can probably see it in the video now, and we'll just detail that one, and then we'll hop back into the car and move on to our next location. But as I say, prayer point, pray for the uniform groups in Oswestry, the uniform services, the colleges, care homes, hospital, you name it, you pray for it. The businesses, there we go, we're just panning around now, an old Welsh chapel that is still obviously in the Welsh language, looking at that board and the signage. So get down to Oswestry, support it. I'm sorry it's been a long video, about 13 minutes, but get down here, support the Christian Bookshop and have a good day out looking around Oswestry. Sorry the weather's so abysmal today. God bless you all, take care, bye.